So here we are now with Mrs. Lightfoot dropping this joint. Now I'm saying, now I see what's going on, but I'm not going to get into that with her. You do what you're supposed to do, and we will take it and go where we go. You know what I'm saying? And we will see just how much you really care because the demon Democrats sing good songs around election time or coming up to election. They sing beautiful songs maybe a year or two before or a year into ramping up their popularity to regain their position and stay there and do garbage all along. Because if their program that she's talking about is sincere, then all African people and all black people across America that have African descent and also like me, Indian descent, what you call Indian, what Columbus called Indiglo when he came to the West Indies, where I was, my people dwell. You know what I'm saying? So he called us Indiglo. He said it was so black. You know what I'm saying? They looked like they were Indiglo or whatever he wants to call it. And then calling us Indians and then trying to switch it around as the people from India is the same as the people, African people that were there before them. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me the bullshit. You owe us and you owe us big. And that goes for civilizing the race as well and recamping them into a human formation of look and type. We didn't do that just to watch you destroy every fucking thing that we tried to heal. Mm. Loopholes and threats to democracy. I do not like the word democracy and I wish you would change it. We should change it to the loopholes and threats to our country. Country is a better word. Do not let these people put words in your mouth. This is by Brian York, I guess, chief political correspondent, York. He has the last name York, I see. York, right, I see. A new poll and threats too. I wonder what side you on. The deep state, Mr. York? Anyway, democracy or whatever. Democracy. A democracy, they call it, but I call it democracy. So we can choose whatever one we want. A new survey from the NBC News has some uh, sobering results for Demon Democrats who have been growing more optimistic in the recent weeks about the prospect of November midterm elections. So, of course, because you want to be the leader in the House of the Rising Sun forever, so you can bring in this old bullshit Luciferian uh, uh, four horsemen apocalypse upon the people and take them over into garbage while you run under the ground and have a great city and vacation going on. I see voters unhappy with the direction of the country. I see. And is still high. You know what I mean? President Creepy Joe Biden's job approval rating is still low. The broad theme of the poll are along the lines of what was discussed in early Friday newsletter, which had the underline underline Biden is still dragging his party. Well, that's because they're full of shitty and garbage. You know what I'm saying? And God literally. You know what I'm saying? But the part of the survey that seems really striking was what appeared to be an extraordinary shift in voters. Yeah, because women jumped up, like I said before. They put this, they told the people that's in the Supreme Court is working with the deep state. That's bottom line. We know that. So they're down with Biden now in all ways. The court is corrupted in all ways, and I would not trust them at all. And they cannot be ruled over the truth and the right of what must stand. Because you see, when you see a shift in the extraordinary voters' priorities, the question was simply what most important issues facing the country, that's right. This is how NBC Chuck Todd reported the answer. For the first time ever, Todd said, when it asked what is the most important issues facing the country, you know what I'm saying? The top answers was not economic issue, it was the threat to democracy. Okay? So they have a spell on you, and you need to break the spell. You should be talking about country, not democracy, because it seems that that is a satanic overstanding of a one world order garbage. Whoever had the right or even said that word into our government must have been a long time ago for it to stick on so well. But when we look at the meaning of all these different and spelling itself in its etymology, we see that it's bullshit. You should be talking about the country and the land that you stand on. I don't know about all that other garbage you're talking about, but the country and the land that you stand on is the most important. Not a name of demon. If you spell it as DEMO, you add an N, what do you have? Demon crockery. You know what I'm saying? Higher than the cost of living. Ah, see, even higher. So that's garbage in my book. You know what I'm saying? That's garbage in that book. And you see, is even in New York City becoming the city for the rich. Yes, and it always to me have been the city of the rich. If you're not, then you're poor. There was no in between when it comes to New York City. So we know the garbage that's been going on, and we're not going to change our mind on it. Talking about equality and reparations. New York City ain't nothing but full of shit when it comes to the poor and the people who really need resources in order to better their life. They are straight demon, Democrat, Luciferian, blood sucking, rip off kings. No more than a common criminal. As we said, you too, damn thief. That's the problem, even here on Long Island, and we need to shapen it up. Everybody can be wealthy and live a beautiful life, but we must make sure that even the poor must see some form of resource, especially the black people who you have been enslaved here on Long Island for many years, and garbage to over there in Connecticut as well. You know what I'm saying? And Ku Klux Klan all over the land, you see. Demon Democrat even in the North. So get out bitch talking about equality when meanwhile you've been in the 47, 50, 100 years of fucking straight garbage. So don't get on my nerves, I say. But we see here, Mick Malone, Mulvaney, or Mulvaney, I guess his name is, thinks Trump is the only Republican who would lose to the Democrat. No, Maloney. He would be the only Democrat, Republican that would win, just like he did before. Because anytime people only see the fact of Roe versus Wade to change your direction in vote based on saving your country into a one world order, such as what we see is going on over there with Russia and Ukraine, and America giving Ukraine weapons, and they're fighting and stalemating to bring down Russia, probably would be the last city in the East that would fall, that would put you under a one world order. And you talking about just a woman's right. You must work that out with the Republicans by all means. Do not let the demon Democrats slingshot you into bullshit. And that's what the problem seems to be. You know what I'm saying? After black people fought so hard to Republic you and make that Republican Party something worth something to you that you could stand around, you allow the demon, racist, garbage, superior, fucking neo-Nazi piece of shit, garbage influence your mind. You must stand as a leader. You're a woman. So therefore, there must be a fight in all ways to bring forth the effort for the Republicans to stand on the right of a woman's right to her body. But at the same time, you're throwing away your seed as well as a piece of garbage and a lint. You must now start to make better choices in your pregnancy and the right to an abortion. That must be understood. You cannot just keep throwing away millions and millions of babies like a piece of shit garbage just because you feel that is the only right that you feel that you have. But at the same time, what happened to the world that you live in? If that goes bad, what good is that? I'm waiting. So we must think clearly here. Use your God-like power to understand what I'm saying and look forward more into it. And the Republicans, this is a chance for you to show what it is and who it is, because we see the corruption on the Republican side that is not looking very good at all. And it shows in many ways your connection to the other side of the garbage as well. Because if that's the case, Trump should be your leading candidate right now to regain that spot, win or lose on the table. You understand? Because we know they cheated him out of it before. But we see a lot of garbage that was put upon him. And also talking about, now we're talking about conspiracy of Russian collusion back with that again. Notice. So if he did or he didn't, how many did Biden and creepy Joe Biden's son have any Russian Ukraine connection garbage going on? It seems like nothing the Democrats do never comes out to be no more than sling back on Trump. That's bullshit. And that's reverse psychology, and I ain't going for it. Garbage. Because I could prove in many ways the Biden administration connection to the Russian connection and also the collusion. So is Hillary Clinton and the Clinton family and many others. I see.